Ambassador Shri Sujan Chanayaji, the former ambassador and editor of this book, Shri Vijay Chauthaiwalaji, in charge of foreign affairs of Bharatiya Janata Party and also one of the editors, Shri Uttam Kumar Sinhaji, the senior fellow of NP, IDSA and editor, and Shri Shobhit Aryaji, the publisher of the Wisdom Tree, publisher of the book. And respected ladies and gentlemen, it is indeed a matter of great opportunity for me, and it's a matter of happiness also for me for giving me this opportunity to release the book which is named as Modi Shaping a Global Order in Flux. And as Mr. Chenoy has talked about the book, it also gives me a pleasure to be here amongst you and to discuss few points about the book. As we all know that Prime Minister Modi ji is known for how he has made the country a stronger country, how he has empowered the country. We all know, and much has been written also about Prime Minister Modi ji, how tough decisions he took as far as the policy was concerned. And because of those policies initiated by Prime Minister Modi, we could see India going forward and also seeing as an empowered nation. When we talk about empowered nation, we understand how he made the marginal section of the society, how he empowered them, how he empowered the women, how he empowered the youth, how he empowered the Dalits, how he empowered the tribal people, and also he addressed the issues related to the defense of the country, and at the same time, a lot of emphasis was given on infrastructure. But less was written on his contribution as far as the India being looked globally. And because of this, I feel that this book is an opening. It is going to start a debate how Prime Minister Modi has taken decisions which has changed India's image worldwide. It is correct, as Mr. Vijay Chauthaiwala was talking, that even a Sabji Wala also talked something about international issues or something like he feels that India is doing good and internationally it is being accepted also. That is the feeling, general perception is there. But to substantiate it and to put it in a chronological order, I think this book is very helpful, and a great deal of effort has been done by the editors to see to it that how Prime Minister Modi has changed the international arena as far as vis-a-vis India versus the world, and how things are being taken care. When I talk about all this, I feel that on the international scene, globally, India has played a very important role. New dimensions of new partnerships has been established, and diverse across the world, the way of looking towards India has also changed. And this book gives us a very deep insight. Here I would also like to share with you that Prime Minister Modi strengthened the ties of the help. India would be the first to act, and at the same time, the adversaries should be given a tough message as far as India is concerned. Now, before we evaluate how Prime Minister Modi has been working on the international arena for the last 9 years, it is also necessary for us to understand what was the image of India before that. Because only then we can understand the stark difference, how it has taken place. And when I say so, we all remember that our economy was declining. We all know that India had an image of a corrupt state. There was rampant corruption. There were repeated terrorist attacks at that point of time, and there was lack of stable government. And the very sad part was that at that particular time, the authority of the Prime Minister was eroded, and which had a very bad impact on the international scene. That was the situation which we saw at that point of time. And from there, Prime Minister Modi took over in difficult times, and we can say that he has navigated the foreign affairs, the international relationship in the best possible manner. And several countries at that point when he took over were our friends. But India did not take pains, even the Prime Minister did not visit for decades, like UAE, like Nepal, like Sri Lanka. They were our friends. They were always with us. But I would not like to comment on the international because Chenoy Saab jante hai ki on international terminology, using phrases is a very not very comfortable for a person like me. But yes, I would like to say that we had a good relationship with them, but we did not try to start or initiate a dialogue with them and strengthen our relationship. And of course, India did not dare to visit Israel. Why so? Only because of vote bank politics. The domestic vote bank politics compelled us that India could not develop a relationship with Israel. And that point of time, Prime Minister Modi undertook a very serious effort to see to it that on international scene, India should emerge as a power and India should take a lead, and also we should also go forward with our philosophical standing for which India is known. And he visited approximately 60 countries, and he undertook some 100 overseas journey, and he visited more than 60 countries. He visited practically all the neighboring countries, strengthened the relationship, tried to develop a better understanding with them, an understanding which is not within the bonds of formality, but an informal relationship was developed, and right type of relationship was initiated at that time. At the same time, new dimensions and strategic partnership was also developed with countries like USA, France, Japan, UAE, and to enhance the bilateral cooperation by addressing the global issues. So as I said earlier, that we strengthened the traditional ties, but at the same time new partnerships were developed for addressing the global issues. And that was initiated by Prime Minister Modi. And when he undertook the journeys and visits to the country, one-to-one contact with the heads of the state, Prime Minister Modi could establish a friendship, a certain amount of dialogue with them, which was very candid in approach and which had better communication skills, which I would like to share with you. Unlike past, India now does not shy to take positions. For a long time, India has been shying from taking hard positions. But here I can say that under Prime Minister Modi on international issues, India could take a stand and on complex issues, and that to position of strength. And when I say so, the classic example is the Russia-Ukraine war. India took a stand which may not be acceptable to all countries, but it is being appreciated by all that India at least takes a stand and stays with it. That is what I'd like to share with you. So this is one thing which has happened. One more thing has happened is that India and Pakistan were always hyphenated. When we used to talk in one breath, we used to say India and Pakistan, not me, but on the international scene. Everybody used to talk like that. This de-hyphenation has taken place. Now, position of India is far, far ahead than Pakistan, number one. Nobody keeps it in the same bracket, number one. Number two, Pakistan has been isolated as far as the issue related to terrorism, and the world knows it. So this is also a very important aspect which has been carefully pushed forward in the best possible manner by Prime Minister Modi. That is, I would like to share with you. This one more thing I would like to share with you is that the visit to Israel and Palestine and visits to Palestine and Israel separately shows that India is now a country under the dynamic leadership of Prime Minister Modi, capable of handling two different countries by India in the best possible manner. This is what it has come out from the efforts by the Prime Minister Modi. And also, I would like to say that because of his personal relationship, Prime Minister Modi has been able to have a dialogue with the leaders of the world, and because of that, the hostages in Yemen were released, and Prime Minister Modi had the opportunity to talk to the Crown Prince of UAE to intervene and see to it that more than 960 of 41 countries' hostages were released. If I talk about the war between Russia and Ukraine, it was Prime Minister Modi who initiated the dialogue with Putin, a dialogue with Zelensky, and requested them for a limited ceasefire so that the Indian children, and the number was 22,500 Indian children were there, they were rescued from the Ukraine. That is what I'd like to share with you. These are the strengths which Prime Minister Modi initiated, and because of that, this success we could get as far as by intervention of Prime Minister Modi. If I talk about the essential partners, I feel that India is now an essential partner on all multilateral platforms. If I talk about India is leading G20 now, if I talk about the powerful G7, India is a regular invitee to that meeting. If I talk about our contribution in Quad, our contribution in SCO, our contribution in BRICS, I happen to hold meetings in G20 also as a health minister in Germany. I got the opportunity of attending the meeting of BRICS many times for health issues. I could see the difference, how now India plays its role in these multilateral platforms. And if I talk about I2U2, in that also India has got an important role to play and India is playing that role. If I talk about the G20 presidency, this has come when there are challenging issues. The world is emerging out of the pandemic, corona pandemic. And at the same time, there are issues related to Russia-Ukraine war and the issues related to supply chain. In such circumstances, the role which India is playing, I think that in coming times, Prime Minister Modi, the voice will be certainly very important as the presidency of the G20, and we have got full hope that under his leadership, we will be able to answer these questions and these challenges which the world is facing. We also would like to share with you that under the leadership of Prime Minister Modi, India has emerged as a powerful voice of the global South, and it is representing the issues related to the global South. That is what we feel. If I talk about the India's soft power, how Prime Minister Modi has tried to push forward the soft power of India, may it be culture, may it be the issues related to Ayurveda, may it be issues related to yoga, may it be issues related to the visiting of Hindu places, visiting of places where Lord Buddha had visited, or the Buddhist circuit. So we feel that he initiated International Yoga Day, and now it is worldwide accepted. If I talk about the visits to the Hindu places, the visits to the Buddhist places, now a temple is coming up in UAE. This is itself shows that how Prime Minister Modi's wish is being accepted internationally and is being respected, that I would like to share with you. If I talk about the tough stance, world has appreciated what India has shown or taken initiative as far as the surgical strike is concerned or the air strike is concerned. People understand, and the world has appreciated the tough stand to the adversaries. That has also been appreciated. One more thing I would like to share is that India, you see, I happened to visit one of the countries and where I was the health minister, and we were talking about the digital health records and digital programs. At that point of time, I said that India is working on Ayushman Bharat, and Ayushman Bharat means 50 crore people. They could not imagine that, and I said that the whole program is digitally. So India has taken lead as far as digital world is concerned. And if I talk about the rupee cards, I can say that this financial transaction is being accepted now world over, and UPI, people are trying to see to it that in their country also this UPI works, and they are giving the permission also. And the world's digital transaction today, 40% of the world's digital transaction is being done in India. This initiative has been taken and it has been appreciated worldwide, which we all understand. As far as the COVID is concerned, we have taken the lead, and for tracing and tracking, I remember Prime Minister Modi had asked me when I was the health minister that you should see to it that digitally all this platform should be developed and see to it that how do we go forward. And later on COVID came, and for tracing and tracking the COVID patients during pandemic. But beyond that, to certify through COVID is something which has been accepted by the world, and now the world is asking for this technology, and we are also there to share. So this is the attitude which India develops under Prime Minister Modi, that we are not there only to keep it to ourselves, but we are there to share the technology so that the world should take the advantage of it. This is changing India under dynamic leadership of Prime Minister Modi. If I talk about as I said, about the soft power, about the yoga, about the traditional medicine, we will be happy to note that now the world's WHO, World Health Organization, has started the Global Center for Traditional Medicine in Jamnagar, Gujarat. This is the first center which has been recognized and initiated by World Health Organization for traditional medicine, and that initiative has been taken because of the initiative taken by Prime Minister Modi. And the same way, if I talk about the environmental issues, Prime Minister Modi has taken a lead. If I talk about the COP21, Obama had thanked Prime Minister Modi for the positive role initiated by Prime Minister Modi, and he thanked Prime Minister Modi. Obama thanked Prime Minister Modi for that. And if I talk about COP26, if I talk about the life for environment, we feel, and about the Panchamrit also, that is a direction given by Prime Minister Modi which has been accepted worldwide. And if again, self-declaring ourselves that we will go for zero emission till 2070 itself shows the commitment of Prime Minister Modi towards climate, the issues related to climate change, and how we are trying to go forward in a positive manner. That also I would like to share with you. So friends, all this shows that the initiatives taken by Prime Minister Modi has changed the image of our country worldwide, and this book gives us a very deep insight of the initiatives and how it has shaped the viewpoint towards India of the world because of these initiatives. And I can also say that and suggest all of you that we should go for reading this book so that we get the understanding how these initiatives are changing the image of India worldwide. One more thing I would like to add, that recently a deal was done for purchasing of the commercial planes to the tune of 470 planes with European Airbus and with Boeing American company. And you all know that Macron came for that while signing of the deal. And you also know that Joe Biden thanked Prime Minister Modi that this is going to create employment to 44 states of United States, and it will be giving some 1 million jobs to the people in America. The same way, the purchasing of the Rolls-Royce engine, Rishi Sunak said that India is now one of the leading economies, and in coming times till 2050, India will become the third economic power in the world. These are the endorsements. This show how the world leaders are now looking towards India and how India is taking initiative under the dynamic leadership of Prime Minister Modi. In the end, I would like to request you also and suggest you that we should go through this book, read it, and try to understand the deep insight of the initiatives taken by Prime Minister Modi, which has changed the image of the country. Thank you very much for giving me a very patient hearing.